Hello, everybody. So, today I'm going to talk about stopping smoking a little bit and some breathing exercise, doing some of the most random shit in the world that I never thought I would have ever ended up doing. But here goes nothing. So, I have been basically smoking for pushing 10 years, trying to stop actively. I've tried several times to not much success, but as of recent, I've been trying to like take a little bit of a different approach to it, and it has been genuinely beneficial to me. And while it's not complete and it's genuinely a struggle, it was still nice to feel like I'm making some sort of progress. And with that, it's like, mind you, none of this really stems from myself. My neighbor essentially convinced me to start like doing breath works and meditations and all these, which I never would have seen myself doing in a million years. But the more I did a couple of them, the more I found that I actually enjoyed them and that they made me feel better and made it easier to act on the things that I wanted to fix within myself. So, like, even for example, like yesterday, I went to smoke and I could barely breathe after I was like I was coughing on the brink of death. I'm sure if anyone smokes, they're familiar with how bad it can get. But essentially, I was dying, dying, dying. I walked back inside, and all of a sudden, I'm informed, not informed as much as reminded to just go do a breath work. 5 minutes, easiest thing in the world. Literally just taking, you can go on YouTube, any 5 minute video. There's 1,000 things you can do of just random breathwork things. So I went outside, I threw on one of those, and mind you, I could pretty much barely breathe for like the first 2 minutes of it. Like I was trying to keep up with it, but couldn't do it. And then at some point, your body really just registers that it's like calming your nerves down, and it reaches this stasis where I went from feeling literally on the brink of death, coughing shit up, to being like, holy shit, like I could actually breathe. Like once it was like breathing for the first time, and I don't even remember that because I was too little to remember that, but that's what it really was. And so then I went inside and I told my neighbor, I said, holy shit, i I think the breath work actually works. They looked at me and said, no shit, what did you think? And I was like, damn. But I guess that's the reality of it. So breath work, that's really the main thing I really wanted to mention. The other one is just the meditation, random meditations of like, especially with this, like just genuine succeeding in the things that you want to succeed in, like personal success, personal growth, personal wellness, like random shit like that. Again, I never would have thought myself as a person who would get into it or invested into something like that. And here I am about 2 months into doing it. Like started it like every couple days, then it got to like every other day, and now here I am every day doing at least one meditation, at least one breath work. I started going to the gym for the first time in since pretty much since high school because I had an adamant refusal to partake in any physical activity that I thought was pointless, even though it, a lot of people say that like going to the gym would like help you mentally and shit, and I always thought it was bullshit. And then I started going myself, and I found that it is in fact not bullshit for the most part. It's yeah, it feels like shit a little bit sometimes going, but no matter what, I can pretty much account for every time I've left the gym. I felt good going in. Maybe not every time, but every time I've left, I'm like, okay, I feel accomplished. Even if I didn't enjoy it, it was like something productive I got done. I feel like I was able to work on myself a little bit, and it is a positive thing in my life, which I am just trying to have more positive addictions than negative addictions. Try I between killing killing the alcohol drinking every day, and then now working on the smoking, cutting it down. It's a matter of bringing more positives into my life and shooing out the negatives in a way. But yeah, I think that those two things, like between the breath work and the meditation, it's been really just beneficial in a weird way, in that, again, like I sound like a broken record at this point, but it's not something I ever would have seen myself doing. And now I find myself in this position where it is something I genuinely enjoy doing. And part, like, I don't know. Well, yeah, like I think at this point I would say I pretty much look forward to it because I know that when I'm doing those things, I'm exiting with a different mentality, or I'm feeling more centered, or whatever the fuck it may be. I just feel better as a person. And I think that feeling better as a person is one of the most ideal things that anybody can do. And I'm prove me wrong in the comments, but yeah, like I think that's pretty a pretty general statement, and it's pretty simple. So yeah, I think with all that being said, I'm gonna wrap up. But all y'all have a good day, and I will check in with y'all soon.